Welcome back everybody to another very long overdue episode of the Calamity Masochist Death playthrough. Right off the bat, I would like to apologize once again for not being able to get one of these videos out for over a month straight, but it's finally time once again, and oh boy, do we have some content to get through today. In the last episode, we finished off the last of the mechanical bosses, and are now pre-Plantera in terms of boss progression. The Plantera fight is one of the fights that I've been dreading since the very beginning of the playthrough, as every time I've hit this point of regression, it's basically like running headfirst into a brick wall. I've never tried it solo as a squishy ranger class either, so we'll have to see how it goes for us. Like I said earlier, there's a boatload of content to dive into and conquer, so let's get right into it. One of the accessories that I'd like to get my hands on now that we've beaten all of the mechanical bosses is the Sharpshooter's Essence. It's basically just an upgraded version of the Ranger's Emblem. To get that, however, because it is part of Fargo's mod, there's a lot of grinding involved. So the first thing that I decided to go for was the Bee's Knees. And to get the Bee's Knees, all we gotta do is kill Queen Bee.
Hold on.
For obvious reasons, I'm not going to be showing you every single item that I grinded in order to make this accessory, because that would just be stupid and unnecessary. So, quick little editor's note here. I know, there's something wrong with the footage. Wow, shocker, who would have guessed. For the next little bit of content that I recorded, there's a bunch of people talking over top of my gameplay, because I decided, for whatever reason, to go sit in a call while doing recordings. I'm an idiot, yada yada, you know how it is. Initially, I was going to just edit over top of it, or make it really quiet, but it's over so much of the actual good parts of the stuff that I recorded that it kind of makes the clips unusable. So instead, I'm just going to go through them myself and then give you guys a vocal representation of what happens. It is what it is. Anyways, let's carry on. Back to the video. First things first, we decide to upgrade from our Frost Armor to the Daedalus Armor. Then we go mining for Chlorophyte and make the Endless Chlorophyte Arrow Quiver, as well as the Bullet Pouch. And after all that, we decide to take on the Calamitous clone with all of our new gear and accessories.
Oh, yeah. So we're gonna leave.
So the Calamitous clone's pretty much just a spookier version of the Eye of Cthulhu. Not the version we fought, however. That version was something else entirely. It dashes at you, it shoots fireballs at you, it has a bullet hell phase. Oh yeah, it'll also summon her brothers to defend her at like half HP, I think, or something. But other than that, it's a super straightforward fight. This compared to Plantera is like child's play. Let's see how this goes. Buddy, I wasn't ready. That's not fair. I don't know what to use. Flamethrower is actually kind of good. Not as good as this, though. You're not the real Calamitous. This is easy. Nothing beats the particle accelerator, honestly. It's like infinite piercing. It just does so much damage. I can't see us dying. I think we got this first try. Wow, it's like facing the real Calamitous. Insane. Sorry, man, you're too easy. Calamitous down. Oh, the fake one, that is. Okay, well, we unfortunately don't get anything to power spike us from the Calamitous clone, but it is a necessary step for progression, so we do what we must.
Let's go.
That's not entirely true, as with the defeat of either Plantera or the Calamitous clone, the Abyss will now start to drop Death Cells, Tenebrous, as well as Luminel, which are 3 very important crafting materials.
What is happening?
After finishing up all of our Abyss farming, I decided to finally bite the bullet and to go farm for Rod of Discord, which surprisingly only took about 5 minutes. My luck is pretty insane. Next stop on the list is Plantera, huh? Boy, this is gonna be fun. One of the hardest roadblocks of the playthrough is finally upon us, and she is not messing around. This fight is absolutely brutal and demands not only perfection from the player, but also forces you to dance that battle with her for a very long time. With both Masochist and Death Mode enabled, Plantera has a whopping 320,000 HP, which for this point in progression is one hell of a vegetation bullet sponge. No pun intended. Her body as well as hooks deal contact damage. She spawns exploding flowers all over the arena at all times, shoots gravity unaffected leaves, spawns slow-moving leaf blades, bouncing spiky balls, has a rotating ring of projectile-blocking leaf crystals that she will also shoot out at you, just because she can. And she also moves faster as her HP drops. This is all before she explodes into Phase 2 at half HP, and if you aren't prepared for it, you're almost certainly dead in seconds. She gains an additional ring of leaf crystals that rotates counterclockwise to offset the initial clockwise, not to mention that these new ones also spiral inwards and outwards. She spawns toxic gas clouds that deal contact damage. She will occasionally literally explode into a barrage of invulnerable leaf tentacles, as well as constantly spawning more projectile sponges around her that also deal contact damage. And the cherry on top, the creme de la creme. Every single one of her attacks inflicts you with a heavy HP loss debuff that stacks the more you get hit, which also, just for fun, if it stacks up long enough, turns itself into Neurotoxin, which is an instant lose condition. This on top of a boss that can already kill you from full to 0 in a couple of hits borders on the lines of insanity. Plantera is so insane with these 2 difficulty mods that I had to kill one of the only accessible post-Plantera bosses in order to even stand a chance at dealing enough damage to win this fight. With all that being said, here's the boss that I had to fight first in order to stand a chance, as well as the full Plantera fight. Try it out. Sure this will go completely fine. Plus 100,000 less HP than Plantera. These things suck, man. less. I'm just doing no damage. But you know what? It's easier than Planterra. By a long shot. Oh, she's here now. Okay. Taking hits from things, but I'm not taking damage. I don't understand. Definitely not intended. Constantly dashes at you. Why am I taking no damage? I feel like I'm cheesing. She's dead, so I should fight's like one. Oh, such a long fight. Alright, cool. What do we get? Hey, we actually got what we wanted. That's really good DPS. Not like this, man. Swear to God, man, every single random enemy I get hit by just makes me lose 5 years on my life. Come on, you piece of... You're bad. Oh my god, that's so much stuff. That was not fun in the slightest. Oh, Plantera is like the biggest roadblock in Death Masochist mode. It just has way too much health for the point of progression that you're at. Way too much. Wait, we got the axe? That's really rare, is it not? Okay, what can we do with living shards? Come here, Mr. Brian. Okay, let me test my damage. So, the flamethrower. This seems very good. I think it's more a crowd control weapon. Yeah. What about the Cosmic Bolter? Not bad. Don't check your Discord. The next few hours of the playthrough were pretty stagnant in terms of content. We went to the dungeon to get all the new post-Plantera loot. We upgrade our Ankh Shield into Asgard's Valor, which is actually a huge boost to us, as not only do we get more defense and HP, it also gives us the ability to dash, just like the Shield of Cthulhu did, way back in the beginning of the playthrough. We attempt both the Frost Moon and the Pumpkin Moon, but without an actual well-made arena, those two events were going nowhere fast. We upgrade our Chlorified Armor into Shroomite Armor, and then decide to take a trip to the Jungle Temple to try out Golem, which unfortunately is our second and hopefully the last boss in the playthrough that is legitimately impossible to beat with both Masochist and Death enabled. One of the difficulties requires you to kill both the hands before you can damage the head, but the other difficulty renders the hands invincible at all times. If you can put 2 and 2 together, you can see where this leads us. Unfortunately for the playthrough as well, going directly from Plantera, an already tiresome and irritating fight, right to Golem, which is arguably even worse given the conditions you're forced to fight him in, made me kill Golem with only death mode enabled. I'll definitely go back and kill him with Masochist mode enabled at some point, and you can even call the playthrough incomplete until I do so if you'd like. But Golem, in my opinion, is by far the worst and least fun boss in the game, and given my reaction at the end of the fight, you can tell that I really did not care that I killed him with only death enabled. I'm out of healing potions, aren't I? Yep. Wow, what a great boss, anyways. I don't feel bad about that whatsoever. Golem is the worst boss in the game. And you can't change my mind. Literally terrible. Oh, thanks for the 2 pixels, man. With Golem defeated, we get access to Scoria bars, which can be made into flame-themed items, as well as be turned into life alloy, which are their own category of powerful weapons and accessories. Scoria ore can only be found in the Abyss, so we take a quick trip there and come back to make our new equipment. With the fall of Golem, the jungle becomes inflicted with a plague, which will drop crucial items for our next armor set, the Plague Bringer set. We do a bit of farming for plague cells, and then craft our new armor set, as well as 2 new ammunition types for our guns, and a new arrow type. The acid rounds, which deal more damage the more defense a target has, as well as inflicting the plague debuff, and the Hyperion bullets, which spawn more bullets upon target impact. The only new arrow type we've crafted are the Terra arrows, which are basically the Hyperion bullet version of the arrows. We have a small stroke of overconfidence as well, and we decide to take on the Plaguebringer Goliath, which, as you probably can guess, doesn't go too smoothly. How much health does it have? 250,000. Huh. Well, that is probably more than enough progression for this episode, considering we started at pre-Plantera today. We got done Plantera, Leviathan, and Golem in between, and now we're pre-lunar events. There's actually, well, not, we have a lot to do actually before we do lunar events, but yeah. So thank you guys, everybody, so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care out there, guys.